She's not what you'd expect. She's tough and feisty, but gentle and tender. She makes millions and gives millions to the poor. She cries, she laughs, she teaches, she comforts. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hey, there's a real cost for the American dream. In fact, USA Today actually did a report on it, that it costs $120,000 a year to live the American dream. Isn't that crazy? Like, who decided what the American dream is? That's what I want to know. Hey, here on the Dani Johnson Show, it's Money Monday, and we're talking about your money, where it's going, and whether or not it's going to things that you really want it to go. I grew up on welfare, pregnant at 17, homeless at 21, but millionaire by 23. Today, multimillionaire who gives 100% of the profits of my company straight to the extreme poor, and I do not take a salary from this business. Why do I live that way? Because I live that so-called American dream that was like spoon-fed to me through media, spoon-fed to me through my friends, spoon-fed to me by my business associates who told me that the American dream was living in a big, giant house, having lots of new cars, making sure I had $250,000 worth of jewelry, $250,000 with all of the high-end, expensive clothing, and going to New York City to spend 25 grand in just a couple of days of shopping. I'm telling you, friend, when I came to the end of that, it was miserable. I was absolutely miserable. It was fun for a minute. Then all of a sudden it was like gravel in my teeth. You know, it was like, like, what am I doing with myself? I found myself working like a slave. And now I was a slave to this, nearly $1 million mortgage. I was a slave to car payments. I was a slave to this shopping habit and a slave to all the gifting that I was doing to my friends, like cruises for their birthdays. Whoever led me? I mean, I was such a fool to actually lead myself into that life. Now, listen, I'm not saying that if you have dreams like that, that's a bad thing. If you're willing to work hard, you're willing to be wise with your money, you're willing to not be in debt, you're willing to live a financially free life, you're willing not to sacrifice your kids and your marriage for money and stuff, go for it, man. But I believe that we need to be a balanced people. I believe that you can have wealth and fun and luxury without sacrificing your family. And that is, of course, if you're willing to learn new skills. That is, of course, if you're willing to work diligently, willing to learn new strategies. That is, of course, if you're willing to keep your life in balance. Because so oftentimes people are sacrificing one thing or another to get what they want now. So I want to know what you personally have done. What is the real cost of the American dream? Check this out. According to USA Today, the cost of the American dream, is $130,000 per year. That's based on, this is their calculation, a $250,000 mortgage, an SUV, 2 kids, a yearly family vacation, saving for college, and over $600 a month in fun money. What are you doing with $600 a month for fun? Like, dang. Honestly, check this out. Honestly, I think that what they just laid out is a boring life. I really do. Like, that's it? That's the American dream? That's it? Okay, only 1 in 8 American households is actually achieving that. Why? Because do people make do they have $130,000 of actual income, okay? That means they're making a ton of money to bring home $130,000 a year to blow it in all of these places that we're talking about. So I think this is a ridiculous standard to fish out to not only the American people, but the global economy. It's a ridiculous thing to fish out that this is the model. This is the model. Why do we have a model? Who is trying to tell us that this is what we should be doing? I'm going to tell you, I think, is trying to tell us who should be doing this. Yeah, the ones who are selling the houses, the ones that are selling the fun, the ones that are selling the vacations, the ones who are selling all this stuff are trying to encourage us to spend not what we want, but what they think we should have. So we've asked some questions to our audience. And by the way, if you haven't joined us over on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or even YouTube, make sure and subscribe to each one of those pages so you're getting notifications of, well, when the show's airing. And two, we want to hear your voice. We want to hear your comments. We want you to enter in on the conversation, as well as meet an amazing group of people who are also engaging in the conversation about our lives and about real success, redefining success for your life. You make the rules. It's your life. You don't have to live it according to anybody else. So we asked some people, and we've had some responses. We got Christy from Iowa. Hey, I wonder what the American dream is in Iowa. So, Christy, what do you think about this? Like, is this truly the American dream? Is this all that it has to offer? And have you got suckered into their version of the American dream?
No, the American dream is not a dollar amount. It's the freedom to pursue a dream and to see it come to pass with some work and determination. It's the ability to build something greater than yourself. I know you can live on far less than that comfortably. And if you exceed that amount, that's great. That's wonderful. But you can live comfortably on way less than that.
More than half.
Still have the opportunity, yes, and still have the opportunity to be a blessing to other people.
Yes.
If you have more, great. But that's not even realistic.
Yep. So have you ever gotten suckered into that? I love what you said, by the way. I love what you said. Like, the American dream isn't about money. It's not about stuff. It's about freedom, right? And so for you,
Right.
What does freedom look like for you?
Well, for me and my family, it's to choose our priorities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we started out and we were making, under $40,000 on 2 incomes, and I decided to stay home with our son and homeschool. And I realize that's not an opportunity for everyone, but it's something that mattered to us. So we chose. This is how we want to do it.
This was your freedom.
Right.
Yes. Your freedom to educate your children, to make a difference in their lives, the freedom to cut your income nearly in half and make the decision of spending time with your kids, because it's so short, isn't it? It's such a short time, Christy. And so that's how you've exercised your freedom. I love it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
So obviously it made a huge difference in your guys' income, but would you trade that for anything?
No, we didn't want to sacrifice our family to work hard to gain it back later. We wanted to enjoy our family now.
Because
so
you don't get it again. You don't get
Right.
that time again. Oh my gosh, I love what I'm hearing you say. I love it. And so here, can you see, like, the population is getting duped. They're being deceived into believing that the American dream is all about freedom to buy stuff. It's not about that. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this. Are you confident that you're always getting a good deal? Have you been equipped with the negotiation confidence, strategies, tactics, and supporting tools you need to close world-class deals? Finally, JPA is making the exact same specialized negotiation training and secrets used by the world's largest, most successful corporations available to everyone. Proven in more than 60 countries and used by brands like Adidas, Vodafone, Pfizer, Nokia, and others, the JPA negotiation method will set you up to save money and time while significantly increasing your profits. It doesn't matter if you're buying or selling real estate, closing contracts with suppliers, or selling products and services to individuals or organizations. Using their simple step-by-step negotiation preparation checklist, you'll be ready to confidently slug it out toe-to-toe with the toughest professional negotiators. It's time for you to stop leaving money and opportunity on the table. Go to bizneg.com/events to register now. Again, that's bizneg.com/events. Get registered today. Have you ever wondered if your investments are making enough money for retirement? What if you could buy an investment rental property for as little as $35,000 that rents for at least $550 a month? After Aaron and Drew Hudson asked themselves this question, Hudson Real Estate Investments was formed, and now 200 transactions have been conducted. Their system helps individuals buy and hold real estate. Their definition of a great buy and hold is a property that pays you a monthly positive cash flow from day one. Hudson Real Estate Investments has a team who find properties, available for immediate purchase, vet tenants, and have qualified property management in place. So if you're looking to have freedom and live your life on your own terms, grab your phone and text the word future to 484848. Get started today. Text the word future to 484848. Secure your future now. Do you have a closet full of clothes yet say, I have nothing to wear? Are you a mom doing her best but desperately lacking me time? Or maybe your schedule has you dressing practically instead of powerfully. What if I told you there's a system, a blueprint that can save you time, money, and turn every head in the room, as well as impact the world through fashion? Friend, you're in the fashion business whether you like it or not. You're an ambassador representing your faith, your marriage, family, and business. Style is just a skill made easy with 123 Style Me. 10 steps to style success that will expand your leadership, save you hundreds of hours and thousands of dollars. This program will bring you peace of mind, reignite your marriage, make you more productive, respected, and instantly boost your confidence, equipping you to be bold and beautiful. Go to courses.lindapage.com. Again, that is courses.lindapage.com and make a priceless investment in yourself.
Did you know you can take the Dani Johnson Show with you wherever you go? It's never been easier to stay up to date with the latest content from Dani with the DaniJohnson.com app. Watch or listen in the car, at the gym, or on the go. Download it now from the App Store and Google Play and never miss a show again. Your family, business, and bank account will thank you. The way you look at things is about to change. And now, back to the Dani Johnson Show.
Have you been suckered into believing that your freedom is all wrapped around money? Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. This is the Dani Johnson Show. Today we're talking about money. It's Monday, and we talk about money on Monday. And I am so sick and tired of the media and our society in programming people like you and me to believe that our value and our freedom is totally assessed by how much we spend. That's what our freedom is really about. The American dream is about houses. It's about debt. Check this out. A recent article from Business Insider reads, the American dream has now evolved into a sense of entitlement, which cannot be maintained without plenty of debt. You know, there was a time in our country where debt did not exist. The 50s is when consumer debt first arose, and it was through the Diners Club credit card. And I'm telling you, the lives were much more peaceful back then. People were happier back then. People are not happy today with all of this stuff because what has bought the stuff is this debt. Listen to this. In pursuit of this boring status quo definition of success, which is a $250,000 house, a brand new SUV, a vacation every year with your 2 kids, and $600 a month spent on fun. Okay, that's the, according to the media, that is their idea of the American dream. That's a boring life. Really? Give me a break. You're like, I wish I could go on a vacation. You can. You would be amazed at what you actually can do, and we'll talk about it in a minute. So $850 billion spent on credit cards, $1.2 trillion in student loans, $8.5 trillion in mortgages, $11.7 trillion total in debt. Total of what? Yeah, $11.7 trillion in consumer debt. That's just credit cards, student loans, and mortgages. That's gross. So I want to know from you, we asked our audience, okay, so is this idea that's been fished off to you and me, the American dream, has everything to do with buying stuff? Not family. Not living your life the way that you want to. Why is it that even that concept of living your life the way you want to, the first thing that people think about is stuff? Cars and houses and boats, food, eating out. There's so much more to freedom than that. And here's one thing I know. Our forefathers who founded this country did not leave the tyranny, did not leave the suffering that they had in the mother countries to come to this country so they could buy bigger houses. No, it wasn't so they could buy more stuff. It wasn't even to get rich. It was for freedom. Freedom! Freedom! How do we use our freedom today? Miranda from Wisconsin, have you been suckered into the so-called version of the status quo of the American dream?
Yes. Over the past 10 years, my husband and I have.
What has that looked like? What's the price that you've paid?
Well, I do not know the total price, especially with all the interest that you pay. But since January, it's been $90,000 that we owe, and that's from various vehicles. We've done many vehicles over the years, multiple store credit cards and major credit cards. My hubby's big toys that he's coming to find that aren't what makes happiness or what's necessary at all.
Yeah.
There's been a couple business loans and just medical.
What about a mortgage? You guys have a mortgage?
We have a mortgage. Our previous mortgage was a rental, a duplex.
Yeah.
We had renters on the other side. We lived on the other side, and we've outgrown that.
So how much is the mortgage? What do you owe on the mortgage?
We currently owe $130 on it.
So this is over $200,000 in debt.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
And we just signed another mortgage for another quarter million. But
so we are $500,000 in debt.
Yes. With the grace of God, our lessons are being learned, and we with the selling of our duplex, we are able to knock out all of our consumer debt.
The $90,000,
including medical.
The $90,000.
Yep, the $90,000. Yep, $90,000. That wasn't including that other mortgage. But yeah. So I mean, we are on our knees thanking God that He has provided us the opportunity to have the equity into the house with the market and the way everything has gone, and vow to never do it again. And yeah, so as of the end of June, we will only owe on our current home, and that we plan to pay off within 15 years.
So then, Miranda, how do you not get suckered back into this consumer debt, selling you it's the American dream? What you said, I would never do it again. Why would you never do it again?
Being slave to the lender is a horrible feeling.
Yeah.
You are in shackles, and it's a hopeless feeling that, honestly, I'm thankful that it wasn't even more dire, but it's hard. It's hard on a marriage and just a family life with 5 small kids. I mean, they see it, they feel it because we feel it and express it.
Yes. So is that really the American dream, or is that the American prison?
Oh, it is a prison.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But isn't it disgusting how it's been sold to us? It's disgusting that they've sold it to us as freedom. They've sold it to us as that our status is going to be greater. We're going to have more respect. We're going to be loved more. We're going to feel better about ourselves. It's going to raise our self-esteem if we have all these department store credit cards, if we have the freedom to go shopping as much as we want, and have the freedom to make payments on various different cars. And look at you, you're telling the truth, and I love and respect you for telling the truth. It's not freedom. It's a prison. It makes me so mad that people get away with this. And I don't know what makes me more mad, Miranda, is that we get suckered into it or that people get away with it. It just makes me upset. It really makes me upset. And I'm really proud of you. Like, I'm so proud of you that you and your husband woke up and you're not going to feed this so-called American dream to your kids. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more after you check this out. Financing a home can be a nightmare if you don't know exactly what you're doing. Ask me. I know this. That's why the first thing you have to do is find a mortgage company you can trust that has your back through the entire process. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading your current one, or looking for an investment property, Rick Fujisaki at Wintrust Mortgage wants to win your trust. Rick understands the mortgage industry, and he can take all the stress out of financing a home for you. His easy-to-use worksheets will help you calculate the mortgage you can afford. And he has a unique tool designed to help you find and set aside money for your down payment. And when you work with Rick, who, by the way, I love, a portion goes to caring for the poor through King's Ransom Foundation. So visit loanmortgageguys.com and start building your dream today. Again, contact Rick at loanmortgageguys.com.
It's Amanda Sanders. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I've been completely inspired by this event. And it was payday this week, and instead of me going and splurging and spending money like I typically would have, I paid off $2,700 worth of debt, and I am extremely excited to get the rest of our debt paid off. And I also implemented a plan. We've been living off of a lot of money, and I did the numbers last night, and we can live off of $5,000 a month and like get our debt paid fast. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much.
And it's your first event, right?
It is my very first event.
So awesome.
So excited.
Hey everybody, my name is Digby and I'm from New South Wales, Australia, and I'm here live at First Steps to Success. I've been to 6 events now, and my journey started with an encore in Brisbane, and after doing 2 encores in Australia, I just really had to come to a live event, so here I am today. And since attending an encore and getting involved, my income has doubled and my family life is just blossoming. So you have to get there. You just have to experience it.
My name is Jen Horling. It's my first time at First Steps. I just gotta say, my God is way bigger than my hair. These last 2 days, beyond what I could ever have imagined. I grew up in the church and thought, sure, I'm gonna go to another conference, I'm gonna make some amazing friends, I'm gonna have some life-changing experiences. But I never expected to find the community and the genuine, authentic, real community that I found when I came here. And I did not expect to find a true leader. And I am just mind blown right now and so beyond grateful to be here. So thank you.
What multimillionaire do you know that volunteers their time to help ordinary people like you and me? There's only one. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
I don't know about you, man, but all I know is that we have hundreds of millions of people who are being sold that the so-called American dream is only achieved by spending. Freedom. What does freedom mean to you? Is freedom debt? Because we are $11.7 trillion in consumer debt as a people, enslaved in the prison of debt. And you know, some people don't even realize they're in a prison. Some have smoked so much stuff. They're high constantly. They're high on their credit cards. They're high on eating out. They're high on shopping till they're dropping. They're high until they're dropping with Amazon click to cart. They're high on their Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. They're high as a kite that they don't even realize that they're a slave to a lender because they're high. I'm not talking about the ones that are smoking and toking out on weed or crack. I'm talking about, the ones that are sitting in church, who are high as a kite, thinking they're free, and thinking that freedom is simply buying. It's not. You've been duped, you've been deceived, and it's time to wake up out of your hangover. We have a people who are suffering all over the place. Some know it, some don't. Check this out. There was an article by Business Insider that reported that 20% of Americans spend more on their cell phones than they do groceries every month. Almost 70% of Americans with gym memberships waste $500 a year never even walking through the gym. People are not even looking at where their money is going. Oh, I have the freedom to sign up for a gym membership. I was motivated for a day. I lost interest after a month. I'm not there anymore, but here goes the money straight to that gym membership. Why? This is called the American dream? Yeah, the American dream. I've got a car. I've got a mortgage. I got a gym membership. I've got 15 credit cards. I've got lots of credit card debt, mortgage debt. I've got lots of car debt. And this is the so-called American dream. I say phooey with it. I say it's nonsense. I say it's disgusting. I'm saying come out of that absolute disgusting lie. Freedom is not about buying. Freedom is about living. Living is also not about buying. Somebody has deceived the people into believing that that's the freedom definition. It's not. Jeremiah from Montana, you tell me, have you been totally suckered into this version of the American dream? Jeremiah, I can't hear you. Did you? I hope you didn't mute yourself. Jeremiah, are you there? You're not there. Okay, so we're going over to Christina from Oklahoma. Did you buy yourself into this so-called American dream of debt?
Actually I did, and I followed right along with a sociologist called Veblen. He talks about conspicuous consumption and how we purchase everything to make ourselves look great to the outside, and we're constantly feeding this hollow shell. But I am medically, all of my debt is paid off. I own my house, own my car. I pay for everything out of pocket. Nice. I think I have a Home Depot credit card that I pay it off every month.
Why would you have a Home Depot credit card?
My Home Depot credit card, I don't know. I think that I got suckered into it.
Oh, so then you'll be cutting it up. You'll be, okay, go over to your wallet and grab the scissors. You could do it.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, it's a brilliant idea. Go ahead, go over, take care of it.
Absolutely.
Because you can pay cash for everything. You don't need Home Depot to lend you money. Home Depot does not need to lend you money. So I have a question. Go ahead, walk over to your wallet, grab the scissors. Get the scissors. I want to hear the drawer open. I want to hear the drawer open right now. Because you just finished saying you pay cash for everything, right? So let's do it.
Absolutely. Yeah,
let's really live it.
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
As soon as I
you walking over to the kitchen?
My debit card.
You got your scissors in your hands?
I'm actually in my kitchen now, yeah.
Cool. You got the scissors?
Yes.
Okay, come on, girl. Yes. I want you to hold the phone. I want you to put me on speaker. I want to hear it. I want to hear it just go. Okay? Because that is freedom. That is freedom.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And, I think that freedom is, the ability to pay everything when it's due, and I don't have to worry about stuff.
Yep.
And it's great. I drive a 10-year-old car. I live in a really nice home that has a great resale value.
Yep.
I don't seek this outside approval from other people.
Yep.
And I think that's what a lot of people are chasing. And
yep.
Thank God I was able to pay off everything at once. You know, it's great.
Yeah. You know what? I used to be suckered into that whole thing too, of completely living my life trying to gain acceptance from everybody, like not just my family, but but strangers, clients. I remember I almost died when I was 24 and 25. 24 had a heart attack, 25 had a nervous breakdown. And this was due to working 16 to 18 hours a day. Do you have those scissors in that credit card yet? Because we're running out of time. I want to hear it. Go ahead, let's go. We're listening. We're listening.
It's done.
Oh, do another part of it. I want to hear it. You got to do it right by the phone. I want to hear the scissors. Go.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to put you on speakerphone.
Gotcha. There it was. I heard it. Clip. Keep going. Clip, clip. I love it. I love it. Be free. Be free. That's like real freedom. Being debt-free is real freedom. Never going into debt is also freedom. I'm so passionate against bondage, especially the bondage of debt. And I'm extremely, extremely passionate about young people never going into it. I even hate the idea of young people going with credit cards, trying to build their credit. It drives me crazy. To me, save money, save money, save money, because cash is king. That's what I did. I saved cash, cash, cash. Cash was king. And you can negotiate anything when you've got cash. And it's not that hard to save a lot of cash. It's just not. Go in the opposite direction of everybody else. Hey, listen, I don't know if this is your first time joining us or not, but we got a free gift for you. It's called First Steps to Wealth. This is exactly how I went from homeless to millions, losing it, making it, losing it, finally figuring out how to accumulate wealth. And one of the things that I had to learn was how not to be manipulated by the market and my friends and society into living for them, buying houses that they would be impressed with and cars that they would be impressed with. I lived a miserable life when I had all that money. And the bottom line is we learned how to accumulate lots more by not being a sucker to it. So we want to give this to you. It's exactly step-by-step guide on how you can start living a wealthy, truly wealthy life. If you go to the website, DaniJohnson.com, you can get your copy for free. You can download it off of our website, or you can pay the shipping to get this to your house. Go there right now. Get your copy right now. This is Dani Johnson. Thanks so much for joining us today. Have a great one. Bye.